You've changed. You're not the same person you used to be. What happened to you? Well, I think for a lot of us that have heard those words coming from people that have been close to us, that an awakening happened is what changed. Healing is what happened. That is what's changed. Because honestly, have you really changed? The core essence of your soul and spirit. I feel that's an eternal part of who you are. Yet, when we peel back the layers and we go through our awakening, we go through the shadow side of it, which also means we have to confront our shadow selves, and then we do the shadow work, which is what facilitates our healing process. So I feel like our actions have changed, our boundaries have changed, the way we may perceive the world and interact with the world may have significantly changed, but I don't really feel our essence has changed. Where this can be detrimental to some people on their healing and awakening journey is at that pivotal moment where you are changing your thoughts, you're changing your behaviors, your actions, and it's kind of like if you were pouring cement for a foundation and you're building a whole new house. You have to let that cement dry and set and cure properly before you can start to continue building, or it's just going to be a giant mess and you won't have a proper foundation. The same thing goes for each level that you go through while you are going through your awakening and healing and remembering journey, that we have to give ourselves that quiet time, that cocoon time, to really integrate those lessons and to put it into practical practice for however long it takes and however long you need. In business classes, I had learned that basically it was, I believe, a 28-day cycle, 21 to 28. I just look at it as a moon cycle. It takes us a full moon cycle to really integrate new behavioral changes and actions. And then it takes another 3 moon cycles, so another 3 months, in order for those new changes to really start to solidify. That's when the cement essentially would really start to be curing. And it's also in that time that I think it's very important for those that are going through this to remember that healthy boundaries are of the essence as well, and to not take that too personal. Because I know for myself, I've gone through layers and layers of awakening and healing, and each time people around me, I feel like it affected them on a lot of levels that I had never really considered before, until I was able to sort of take a step back and look at it not only from my perspective but also their perspective, in order to gain a little bit more of a compassionate understanding as well. Where now, because you are going through a personal transformation, in essence, what we do is we will act as the catalyst or the triggers for those around us to start to go through their awakening and remembering process. What acts as a trigger is usually when there is something that comes up that will challenge your belief systems. Now, we can refuse to go within and ask reflective questions. Why is my belief system being challenged? Why is my ego being challenged? And we can stay stuck in those repetitive cycles, or we can move forward and go, okay, why is this happening? Why am I perceiving this person as now possibly even a threat? That is another interesting thing I've noticed, that as we heal and as we become more um, centered and stronger within who we are, what our purpose is here, and our mission, it can cause definitely a big disturbance for those around us who are used to seeing us possibly in that state of trauma. And for them, they're very locked into their perception of you. We have to be cautious that on an energetic level, this can actually cause stagnation or halt progress altogether to the person that is trying to go through their healing process, that is trying to level up because of the immense projections of, well, that's who you are. No, that's who I was while I was damaged. That's not essentially who I am. And this part of the journey can take a lot of strength and a lot of courage and a lot of grit to push through the projections and to not accept that as part of your reality anymore. And to say, no, you're going to have to respect my new improved 2.0 version. And I am not going to allow myself or yourself to stay stuck in the projections of those around us who haven't moved maybe at the same speed as we have. It's not that they can't or won't. It's just when you're a forerunner, when you are a generational curse breaker, the black sheep, if you will, that takes a lot of determination and willpower to stand in your power. And also to stay in that place of love and compassion and not become irritated or angry or frustrated that you aren't being seen, or support it maybe in the way that you need. At the end of the day, the truth always endures. And as long as you stay the course of your personal healing, actions speak louder than words. Not to slip into the old emotional patterns and meeting everyone else at their level that you had once met them at. Because as we shift and change and grow and learn and evolve and expand our awareness and consciousness and open our heart more, it will be very disturbing to some of those around us. And one of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn is to walk away, hold space for them, send them love, send them care, but allow them to walk their own path. It's very easy to, once you find a door and you find a door to inner peace, you find that door to success or whatever it is for you, that door to personal happiness, that we get so excited by it that we want to drag everyone else through that door with us because we found the door. We found the key that unlocks the door. But that key resides within us. That key isn't found by any external force, nor can we force anybody to find the key. That path is unique and it is individual, and that is their own path. So it is interesting when you sort of look at the effects of what happens when you go through a spiritual awakening and you go through your healing process, how much not only does it affect you as an individual, but also how it affects those around you that you're close to. And sometimes you do have to walk away in order for you to really ground in your upgraded version of yourself, the more healed version of yourself. But essentially, it is still you. I feel like the awakening and healing is a coming back to yourself again, who your true essence is, who you truly are. And also to be patient with those around you and hold space for them and allow them to find their way and find their path in the same way that the divine, our ancestors and spirit team gave us space and held space for us as we found our way back to the divinity within ourselves. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time.